Let's do that. If you'll all rise, please, Mr. Morris is going to lead us in prayer.
Yes, ma'am. If you would join me, please. Dear Heavenly Father, we come tonight thanking you for your love and your blessings. Thank you for our health, safety, and protection. We thank you for this brand new year, 2026. We try to correct the mistakes that we made in 2025. And I want to thank you for the city council, for the mayor, for the city clerk, for the city workers, and for our attorney. And I just thank you for everything they do for this small city. I thank you for the first responders, and I thank you for our military. And I pray that you would protect each and every one of those people. Lord, I pray for this meeting, even though it's a good thing done, because you're in it. We thank you for all this in Jesus' name. Amen.
Amen. And if you could, with the Pledge of Allegiance, please.
Pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Can we go over our dates? Sure. So Mr. Duncan's here to keep me in line, right? So I'm going to continue to ask him questions to make sure that we stay in bounds. But he did say that we could move forward with the informational piece. We just can't conduct the city business or go to vote for things that potentially were on the agenda. The announcements, January the 19th, City Hall and the Senior Center will be closed for Martin Luther King Day. January the 23rd will be our Business Coalition meeting at 10 a.m. February the 3rd will be our caucus meeting at 6:30 in council chambers. All is welcome. February the 5th is our event planning meeting at 6 p.m. And then our council meeting in February would be the second Tuesday at 7 here.
Yes.
The 10th, thank you very much. And we can't do any approvals, so we're going to move forward with the informational piece. And this evening, we have with our Sheriff's Department, Major Jason Knoll.
Thank you, Mayor. Appreciate it. First and foremost, I'd like to introduce Lieutenant Matt Sauerback. He is our senior lieutenant in our patrol division. He's going to be kind of coming to these meetings as well with me and then replacing me in case I'm gone or vice versa. But wanted to take a minute to introduce him. He's been with the Sheriff's Office a long time, so he has a valued interest in the city of Walton as well. Go over some numbers real quick for the month. 911 hangups, we had 4. Alarm drops, we had 38. Attempted locates, we had 7. 2 animal complaints, 45 auto accidents, 0 burglary reports this month, 12 business checks, 69 summons were served, 1 criminal mischief report. We responded to 20 domestics in the city of Walton this month, 3 drunk drivers and drug-related calls, 3 emotional crisis, 6 juvenile trouble calls, and 7 motorist assists. We only had 1 overdose in the month of December. 11 requests for information were taken. 331 spot checks were conducted. 15 suspicious activity calls. We took 11 theft reports. 7 traffic complaints were conducted with 54 traffic stops being conducted with 25 citations. 2 vacation checks. 11 vehicle complaints. 5 lockouts. 2 wanted persons and a total of 6 arrests. The one that I wanted to touch on, just to ensure that the citizens are aware, was our vacation check policy. Is everybody in here aware of that? If you were to happen to go out of town or anything, you can contact the city of Walton or you can contact the Sheriff's Office. Let us know that you're going to be out of town from X date to X date, and we'll check your house for you. That's something we take pride in as a Sheriff's Office and something to help the community with. Obviously, you'll have to disclose, aunt or uncle may be stopping by or whatever, but we'll pull on doors, make sure everything's locked, send your emergency contact. We just ask that when you get back, you let us know so we can take it off the list. So that's a big one. Mr. Wainwright sent me all the events for the year. Looks like we've got a full calendar in the city of Walton that we will be participating in. Nothing really different. Is the Easter egg hunt new, Mayor?
It's not, but this year it will be at the lake.
Okay.
Normally we've had it at the main park.
Okay. There's one that looked like an anomaly to me.
Probably the Memorial Day parade.
Yes. No, okay. So that is new.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
And then we're also gonna have 5Ks. There's gonna be 4 5Ks this year.
Okay. So the one that I had an asterisk by was Veterans Day.
Yes, sir?
I know, I think a week before Veterans Day, you guys asked for the honor guard.
Yes, sir.
Could we do we want the honor guard to be there?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
So a week before, let's solidify that now. Thank you.
A year ahead is good,
Perfect, thank you.
because they are pretty busy on that day. Do you have a specific time as of yet?
So it is at 11 a.m. on the 11th, as long as the 11th is a weekday. It is, Rebecca tells me. So
Okay.
the service.
I will get with the commander of the honor guard and make sure we can try and get you on the calendar.
Perfect. Thank you very
At least that gives us a little more time. Other than that, really, I put nothing to report in regards to the main events essentially for the month. But we did have one incident that you guys probably may have saw was we had a stolen vehicle out of Gallatin County that crashed into the skyline.
Oh, wow.
Did anybody see that? Not into the skyline, but into the skyline property. That was out of Gallatin County. 3 male subjects fled the scene. We didn't get good video, so they're still on the run. The vehicle's been located. And then we had we can't get into logistical issues without a forum here, but we did have the dog bite issue up on Aosta Valley. Can't remember, Zippendale, is that the street?
Yeah.
And that's been deferred to code enforcement as well as animal control, and I think they met today. Is
They
that
did.
correct?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. So hopefully we have a resolution there. Does anybody have anything for me from your all side?
I do have a question.
Go for it.
Okay, so I'm not the only one that's seen it, but are you all collecting cell phones, old cell phones? I seen it on social media, and then apparently another citizen did because she brought in like 7 cell phones for you all. And they're sitting over in City Hall.
Yeah.
It's something about you all are collecting for like domestic violence victims, old cell phone, I don't know. I don't remember the whole story.
Social media post, or did you?
Yeah.
Okay. Old cell phones.
It's in collaboration with somebody else, but I don't remember who the somebody else is.
Was it Instagram?
Oh, no, I don't use Instagram.
Facebook?
Facebook.
Okay. And when I get back to my seat, I'll try and look it up.
Do you want the phones tonight?
No. No, but regardless, we'll figure out a way to discard them.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll have somebody come down and grab them.
Okay.
They're in your office.
They're in your all's office.
All right,
We lay everything in there.
that's perfect. I heard we painted, is that right?
We did, yeah. So we have
New flooring.
new flooring and new paint in City Hall, our Public Works. We were looking to bring in a flooring company, but Rebecca, she makes a dime work like a quarter, and so we got the flooring rather inexpensively, and our men laid the flooring. So once you go in there, and if you've not been in there already, you'll see there's new flooring and new paint.
Awesome.
And
Looks
your
good.
television is mounted.
Ours is?
Mhm.
Wow.
I
Big
know.
league.
Fancy.
Fantastic, thank you very much. Does anybody have anything for the sheriff's office? Or any questions?
Towards the end of last week, there was something on Facebook about shots fired around the school. I don't know if anything came of that or,
At the park.
yeah,
No,
Yeah.
nothing that we need to know about.
No.
Okay, cool.
no.
Gotcha.
Lieutenant, do you have anything to touch on with that?
I remember the call coming out, we believe they were behind on seeing some help away from the school. but
Gotcha.
Several deputies responded and nothing big came out of it.
Okay, thank you.
Well, thank you, Mayor.
Thank you
Thanks,
so
everyone.
much.
Appreciate it.
And thank you for being here, sir.
Good to see you
and-
guys.
Thank you. Just to touch on real quick, I just want to highlight the fact that, yes, we have done the remodel in City Hall, but it wasn't because we were just looking to spend money. The flooring in there, it was trip hazards, right? And so the girls in the office had to cover it with rugs, and we've been operating that way for quite some time. So it looks good, and we really did stretch our dollars, so. And next we have Fire Chief Vest, the fire department.
Good evening, everyone.
Good evening, sir.
Tonight, I have a report for the summary of December 2025, and additionally, for the entire calendar year 2025, which proved to be our busiest year yet. So, first, for the month of December, we had a total of 48 fire-related incidents. an additional 206 EMS-related incidents. Those included 4 motor vehicle crashes, 5 overdoses, 6 structure fire calls, 1 stabbing or shooting, and 2 cardiac arrests or DOAs. For the entire year of 2025, we had a grand total of 461 separate fire incidents, 1,829 EMS responses, 67 structure fire calls, 5 stabbings or shootings, 28 overdoses, 182 motor vehicle crashes, and 28 cardiac respiratory arrests or DOA calls. So 2025, our grand total for incidents was 2,290 separate incidents that we responded to. So far, the month of 2026 has proven to look like it's going to be just as busy, if not busier. Just to let everybody know something that I am working on and hope to have it achieved by the end of 2026, if not before. As currently I'm working on increasing our staffing to get another person on each shift. And additionally, I have a new ambulance on the order, which is scheduled to be delivered in July of this year. So upon getting a new ambulance and the additional staffing I'm working on, that in conjunction with the 67 structure fire calls that we've had this year, the staffing and the apparatus is going to allow me to cross-staff a 3rd ambulance and a ladder truck. So right now we're able to staff 2 ambulances, the ladder truck kind of hit and miss. So sometimes we are in a position where we have to abandon the engine, or one of the engines, and take the ladder, depending on the location, type of call, that type of thing. Working on this calendar year to get a 3rd ambulance staff and get that ladder truck out for all we need. Anyone have any questions about any of that?
I'm curious, you said it's up from previous years. Is that up, like, what percentage is that up? And is that up per capita,
I
or?
can't tell you the exact percentage. I just know, when looking back, like the previous 8 years, 10 years, whatnot, that each year our response to incident numbers has continued to climb. So, the more houses we get, the more businesses we get, not just within the city, but within the fire district, throughout, that obviously affects the number of calls.
Do we know if it seems to be on track with the increase in people count, or do we not know that?
I would say yes, just judging from years past. We have a tendency to increase our responses anywhere from, I'll say, 150 to 300 incidents a year, and they just have a little uptick last year. So again, with all the growth, that's been going on in the last few years, it's not surprising. So that's why I had it worked out a 5-year, 10-year plan for these staffing increases. This isn't something I just kind of threw together overnight. I've been forecasting this, working and planning towards this. So we're on track.
Thank you.
Chief, is someone always at the firehouse?
Yes.
Okay, no matter what calls come in, there's always somebody there?
No.
No, okay.
Someone is always on duty. I have a crew at both stations, the one here in Walton and the one in Richmond. They are staffed 24/7. But if we get a structure fire call, everybody is going to be out of the building.
Okay, gotcha.
So Monday through Friday, 8 to 4, I have an administrative assistant, so she's generally there. But evenings, nights, weekends, like I said, everything's dispatched out. Everybody's going to go.
Gotcha.
Anybody else? Just to update the citizens, let them know, as well as the mayor and city council, As far as the opioid grant money, I believe it's on the fire department's website as well as Facebook page. We are offering for citizens who live within the fire district, we are offering them a blended CPR and first aid class. So in that class, we teach people the administration of Narcan, how to recognize and properly treat opioid overdoses, as well as many other emergency type things that they may deal with out in public. But with a blended class, you basically go online and do all the lecture portion of the class on your computer, and then you just contact us, you set up a date and time, you come up, and then you do the hands-on skills portion of the class, get your certification. So we're utilizing that money to try to get the public educated in that manner, and that is no cost to anybody living within the fire district.
That's great news. I'm sorry, I may have missed it. Caleb's, he's about to be a father, and his Molly, they're probably taking her to the hospital right now. Unfortunately, she has high blood pressure, but that's why he just left. So in that, sir, and I apologize for that interruption, did you state how we can sign up or where we find that information? If a citizen is interested in...
It's on the Walton Fire District website, which there is a link to the city's website to get to that. And additionally, the fire district has a Facebook page.
Awesome.
So, if anybody cannot locate the information, feel free to call the fire station during regular business hours and ask for Battalion Chief Stephen Sully. He would be more than happy to help you out.
That's good news. Thank you for that update.
Thank you.
Any questions for Chief? We're all good? Okay, thank you, sir. And we have Mr. Matt Bogan with Cardinal Engineering.
Evening, everybody.
Good evening.
So it's been pretty busy on my end as well. Got a lot of good feedback from this month's caucus meeting, so lots of things to get started on in the new year. Quick update on the High Street Bridge project. Back before the holidays, I reached out to KYTC to let them know they think we're caught up on everything. Do you guys need to meet and go through everything, or can we just send them all the files and they review it and give us the go ahead? I hadn't heard anything back, which of course a lot of people are off the holidays and all that, so reached back out today, sent them the latest plans, everything, and the checklist that outlines all the legwork we've done over the last several years. So again, hope to hear back if they see a need to meet on it, coordinate with the consultant that will be doing the inspection, or if they just want to review it all and give us our notice to proceed so we can bid it out. Got several road projects planned for this year. First one likely to come up will be the Main Street crosswalks. We got one last round of comments back from the state right before the holidays, so I got those revisions taken care of and sent them back. So when the time comes, when we get the approval, we'll get Dirtworks to work on installing the crosswalks, the ADA ramps and all that. And Public Works will follow up with flashing beacons, and then finally come out and do the actual crosswalk striping on Main Street. We're working on bid specs for two projects. One is the citywide restriping. So all of the lane lines, stop bars, crosswalks, turn arrows, all that stuff throughout the city will be refreshed. And a couple of other areas that don't have them currently but should. We'll get everything uniform. And then the other one is to replace Shelter 1 at the main park, and we'll also be adding a small pull-off area, a sidewalk. Just people need to drop off food or whatever, or if somebody brings a ice cream truck or whatever, they have someplace that they can pull off the Bearcat Drive and let people gather there. So both of those should be ready to advertise later this month for spring construction. I'm also finalizing our plans for the parking expansion out here. With the increase in traffic to the senior center, that the parking is really at a premium, so we're going to expand that. Exactly how many spaces we're adding.
I think we were gonna lose one, but add 11, right? Does that sound right?
I think we might be, I think it's, might be 11 that we're in. But yeah, about it. And we'll be expanding the handicap parking as well, just to account for the seniors. I'll plan on having a copy of that at the town hall meeting next month for public comment, just to see what's going on. And then we had some street creek repair, or street creek complaints over on Penny Pat Lane. The public, if you haven't heard the term before, it's something that happens with concrete streets. If you have a long, straight downhill section that leads into a bend, in the bend, the force of the pavement uphill will exert force on it and press up on the driveway aprons, which then can cause damage that spreads up into the driveway, potentially even the garage. So we are going to have Dirt Works replace 2 driveway aprons, just the portion within the right-of-way. They'll add some expansion joint material just to give a little bit of a buffer, and then they'll just keep an eye on it to stay ahead of any future movement or damage that might come up. We've been working on our southern connection to Northern Kentucky Water District. The property owner we've been talking to came back with a couple of comments or questions about how it would affect his property, and just if there was any possibility of installing that pump house down closer to the road. I don't really think that's feasible, just based on other existing utilities in the right of way, and the state probably not wanting an above ground structure right off the edge of the road to be a crash risk. So we're going to meet with him in a couple of weeks just to put any concerns at ease, and we'll get the details finalized. And then on the ongoing drainage project over on Marico, we've got a draft set of plans pretty much ready, just kind of going back through the drainage calculations, making sure all the pipes are adequately sized for the amount of water we get. And again, I'll bring a copy of that to the town hall meeting next month for public input. Any questions?
Rebecca, what was the date on the town hall in February?
I believe it is February 20.
I got you, the 19th at
19th.
7 o'clock, right here.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Any questions for Mr. Bogan? Start to call you something else.
I'll call him or something. All right, thanks guys.
You're almost Mr. Cardinal.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Matt. Okay, very good. So John dropped off when he realized that we didn't have a quorum. John, again, our city administrator. So I will share a part of what we were going to do tonight, and I'm sure part of what John's update was. The Southern Connection that Mr. Bogan spoke of, we're not going to be funding that in this fiscal year. So essentially what that means is that we're moving, we have $800,000 that we had set aside for the Southern Connection. As you're aware, occupational tax began in January 1. The occupational tax is earmarked solely for our infrastructure needs. So what that essentially does is frees up the $800,000 that we had set aside for the Southern Connection. That's not an opportunity for us to run out and just blow the money, right? Because we are very fiscally responsible when we understand where the taxpayer dollar is coming from, right? And so we honor that, and we're not going to spend frivolously. So part of what Mr. Bogan was speaking of with tonight, we were going to amend the budget, and part of John's update would have been what that looks like. And so a few of the things that council will, we discussed this in caucus last Tuesday, but a few of the things that we've decided that money can be used for. We have an opportunity to look at potential restrooms at the lake, which would be very costly. And so we're looking at that. We also, Dan, do you recall the projects off the top of your head? I put Dan on the spot. I'm sorry.
There's 6 of them.
There are, and I believe I have, you got it?
Let me get my email up here.
I apologize.
Striping was one of them, wasn't it?
What was
Yes.
it? The restriping throughout the city would be $75,000. The bathrooms, we've got marked for a potential, I believe, $250,000 if we can make that work.
Mid-year budget amendment.
Sorry, Dan, to put you
Yeah,
on the
you're good,
spot.
you're good.
I know this was going to
We
be a
got the
topic.
senior center expansion, that is part of this. Owens Lake restroom. We have to make some slight amendments to the splash pad operating cost. The crosswalks, which Mr. Bogan already mentioned, the restriping, the Oreco drain is included in that reallocation of the 800,000. Those were the major ones. There's also a digest blower at the sewer plant. And
And part of what Mr. Bogan spoke to, the shelter one. So shelter one was put in the budget, but the upgrades around it, the parking, the pull-off to make it potentially ADA compliant there where folks could maybe have a spot to park or pull off, that's a part of it too. So I know that was going to be in John's update, but we'll make sure that next month that you're updated on that too, because we can't amend the budget without a council vote. But just making you aware, 'cause some of the things that Mr. Bogan spoke of are not in the original budget, but they are what will be amended, hopefully, by vote. Are there any questions regarding that? Okay, very good. Thank you, Rebecca. Moving right along, so that's our updates. Again, we can't move on to city business. I will open it up for any citizen comments or questions, if anyone here has questions or comments. If not, I have, and feel free to interrupt me if you have something that's on your mind. Yes, sir.
Yeah, I'd like to ask about the Mary Grubbs Highway repaving and the effect that it's had on traffic light signals, and if there's any update there, because I see a lot of cars waiting at those red lights. I don't think that the city is necessarily responsible for that, but I am wondering if there is some kind of indication on when those patterns can change. What's happening is a lot of people are getting stuck at red lights waiting for nobody to turn left in either direction. It's a lot of lost productivity.
Absolutely, and I agree. And so that you're correct that that's not the city, it is the state. However, I know that John, our city administrator, has contacted the state. Coming off Beaver Road is a problem, and that's not going to change, right? We're not going to change. That's not going to change until they change the intersection where, and I think we're probably 3 or 4 years out on that. So Beaver Road will not change. But I understand the cluster, which is trying to turn onto US 25, which again are both state roads, Mary Grubbs and US 25. So John had reached out to the state, and unfortunately, I don't know what the response from the state is, but please know that we've contacted them because of the feedback and some of our own experiences where it will take you 3 or 4 lights to get through there at a certain time of the day. I know around 5 o'clock is troubling. Yes, sir.
Which light is it specifically on?
Thank you, I appreciate that. So it's Mary Grubbs right here at US 25.
I think it's also the turn on the Chestnut to go to Coles.
Yeah.
That I just feel like it's good intentions, but the timing is just not perfect, you know.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah. Matt, if citizens reach out to District 6, would that help put some pressure on? Or would it hurt?
It would, yeah, I mean, I'm sure it's something that's on their list because they have the new signal heads that are ready to activate. I'm not sure what they're still waiting on.
Oh, okay. So they haven't finalized their lights at the moment?
It should be. It's probably just waiting on somebody in Frankfurt to sign off on something.
Okay.
Yes. But they should have the new timing plans and everything already ready to go. They've already got the hardware on it.
Okay.
Hopefully with Major Knoll reaching out, that's a little more weight than us, right? Thank you for doing that, sir. Thank you, sir. Are there any other questions or comments? Okay, so just so that you're aware, I know if you're not on Facebook or social media or you don't go to our website, currently there is for the Boone County, Walton resides in both Kenton and Boone County, if you're unaware, right? So for Boone County currently, on the Boone County side, we do have a position an appointed position that's available, which is for the Planning and Zoning Commission. We get 2 representatives here in Walton, and we have one that needs to be filled within 60, well, right about 60 days. We had 90 days from the 31st. 60 days.
31st.
Yeah, so
So you're about 45 days
we have
left.
about 45 days. we have put it out there. If you're interested, please reach out to City Hall and let Rebecca know. We're trying to find someone who, one, is interested, two, will represent the wants and the desires of the citizens. So again, if that's you, then please reach out. As well, we have a position open on the Kenton County side for the same thing. So the requirements, well, I will say,
It is a 4-year.
thank you, it's a 4-year term for both Kenton and Boone.
I believe so.
The information, if you're interested, we have it in paper form, but you can also find it on social media just to see what that time commitment would look like. I know Barb is on the Board of Adjustments, which doesn't, thank you for serving, it doesn't require a lot of her time, but I do think that planning and zoning might require a little more. Because they do meet monthly, where Board of Adjustments is their meeting whenever there's an issue. So if you know anybody that would be a good candidate, or if you're interested yourself, please reach out.
Could the same person fill both positions, or is that a conflict of?
No, they can't.
Okay.
Thank you for that question, because I asked Rebecca that too, so they can't, right? Okay, very good. And then I think there was another thing I had here for just informational. I appreciate your patience.
Do they have to live within Walton city limits?
That's a great question. They do not, and currently the gentleman who will no longer be serving does not live in the city limits of Walton. Ideally, we would like someone in the city limits because then we feel that they would represent our wants, right? However, if you find that you're outside of the city limits and it's a passion, it's something you want to do, feel free to reach out. We can sit down and talk about that, because what we truly want is just someone that represents the voice of the citizens. So if you're aligned in that way, then, you know, yeah, you are allowed to serve if you do not live in the city limits. Correct. Thank you. We didn't hit on the occupational tax. It did start January 1. I do want to mention that this is an election year for both council and mayor. If you're interested in serving in either capacity, you do have to be a citizen of Walton and the Walton city limits, but you have until, I believe, June 4th.
I'm not sure.
I believe it's June 4th to get your name on the ballot. So if you're willing to serve in that capacity, whether it's council or mayor, just know that you have until June 4th to get your name on the ballot. And those are my notes. Thank you for bearing with me there. Does anyone else have any other questions or comments? Again, great appreciation for you all being here tonight. I wish that we could have conducted our normal city business. We'll probably call a special meeting in the month just so that we can pass the budget amendment and move forward with the things that we set out to accomplish here in this fiscal year. Dan, you have anything?
No, ma'am.
Amy, Amy, are you there? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I'm here.
Do you have anything to add, Amy?
I don't, thank everybody that I can see coming.
That you can't see? Yeah, we have a beautiful little crowd tonight, Amy. Okay, very well. Well, you all enjoy your evening. Stay safe. Hopefully, we'll see you back here in February. If there is a special meeting, it would be posted on our website as well as social media. So if you're interested in that, keep an eye out, because we do need to conduct city business and hopefully get this accomplished, the budget amendment before too long. It's nothing pressing. We can do it next month, but might as well go ahead and accomplish it if we can in the month of January. Thank
Terry,
you.
the election deadline will be June 2nd, not the 4th.
Thank you very much, Dan. Side note, June 2nd, if you want to run for council, if you want to run for mayor, you have until June 2nd to get your name on the ballot.
You're not really recruiting your replacement.
Thank you, Dan. Thank you, Dan. I'm not, may the best person win, Mr. Duncan. Very good. You all have a great evening. Thank you.